Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we uncover the hidden stories in company documents, and our latest deep dive might just reveal a secret stash of money or maybe just a really big presentation. So, KKR Company Incorporated, you know them as the guys who invest in pretty much everything, right? Well, on the 19th of September of last year, their big subsidiary Global Atlantic, which is basically their insurance and investment arm, put out a presentation. It's called the 2025 Global Atlantic Investor Presentation, and they said it was meant to give extra details to people who hold Global Atlantic bonds, which are like loans they've taken out. They put it on their website, and they use their website a lot to share important information. Now, this document itself is pretty light on the actual financial numbers we usually dig into with these kinds of reports, but it's telling us how they're re-communicating with certain investors. What we can see from this official filing, which is a Form 8K, is the kind of stuff KKR and Company Incorporated has registered for trading on the New York Stock Exchange, New York SE. So they've got their common stock, which you can trade under the ticker KK. Then Therese, this interesting one, their 6.25% Series D mandatory convertible preferred stock, trading as KKR PRD. It sounds fancy, and basically it's a type of stock that will automatically convert into common stock at some point. They also have a couple of different types of subordinated notes, which are also like debt that they owe with different interest rates and maturity dates. One is the 4.625% notes due in 2061, trading as KKRS, and the other is the 6.875% notes due in 2065, trading as KKRT. It tells us they're accessing different kinds of financing from the public markets. Now, the most important part for us is really understanding what KKR is up to. While this specific filing doesn't break down their quarterly earnings or give us those juicy financial table numbers we love to dissect, it does point us to a piece of their communication strategy. Global Atlantic is a significant part of KKR, and how they talk to their bondholders is important. It's a way for them to manage expectations and even potentially reassure certain investors about the health of that part of their business. And the filing is made official with a signature, in this case by Christopher Lee, who holds the title of Secretary for KKR Company Incorporated. So, what's the big picture here? This is a financial report with numbers to crunch. Instead, it's a disclosure about how they're communicating with a specific group of investors through a presentation. It highlights the different types of securities KKR has out there in the market, showing they use a mix of stocks and debt to finance their operations. It also gives us a peek into their subsidiary, Global Atlantic, and its investor communications. Looking at the broader context of KKR, they are a massive alternative asset manager. They're known for buying up companies, improving them, and then eventually selling them or holding them for income. They manage money for big institutional investors like pension funds and endowments. Global Atlantic, their insurance business, is a key engine for them, as insurance companies often have a lot of stable cash flow that KKR can then invest in its funds. So anything about Global Atlantic, especially communication with its bondholders, is a signal about the health of that cash flow and KKR's overall strategy. What are the risks or opportunities here? If Global Atlantic is having to put out extra presentations for bondholders, it could mean they're facing some pressure, maybe related to interest rates, market conditions, or their investment performance. Or it could just be standard practice to keep investors informed. For KKR, their strength lies in their diverse investment strategies and their ability to raise significant amounts of capital. A weakness could be their reliance on market conditions and their ability to manage the debt they take on. This filing, though, leans more towards transparency and communication rather than a performance review. My take is that this filing is less about revealing KKR's current financial performance and more about acknowledging a communication event at one of their key subsidiaries. It confirms that they are actively managing relationships with different classes of investors. The fact that they are being explicit about posting a presentation for Global Atlantic bondholders suggests a focus on maintaining investor confidence, especially for those who have lent money to Global Atlantic. It's a sign of responsible corporate governance, ensuring that those who have financed their operations are kept in the loop. So, to wrap it up, this 8K filing is a formal notice about a Global Atlantic investor presentation. It doesn't give us the deep financial dive we might hope for in other reports, but it does show us pieces of KKR's operational and communication strategy, particularly concerning their insurance arm. What are your thoughts on KKR's approach to investor relations? Do you think these kinds of presentations are a good sign of transparency? Let us know your opinions in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to Corporate Decoder for more insights into the world of business filings. And if you want to join a community that dives even deeper into these topics, check out our Discord server linked in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next dive.